fuck happened?
How did we get here?
Sometimes you have your highs and you have your lows.
And you have the people that you care about.
And this is one of those times where it's the lows. The lowest of the lows.
But as long as we got proper 12.
Proper Irish whiskey!
I just need someone to tell me what the fuck happened. It's a tragic day. It's absolutely trifling.
You know, we lost a good one. We lost a soldier today.
No, America won, bro. The bald eagle took it home.
America did win, but not in that bout.
Woo!
Well, we're two Irishmen against one against one Nani.
This is a tragic day.
You're one of those others.
Oh,
and I never thought I'd see the day where we'd see the great king fall to a KO.
So this is Fair Fight.
This is never.
This is Fair Fight podcast radio.
This is Fair Fight podcast
for the week of January 24th.
What's up, guys? It's a disappointing little. You know, we gotta.
There was some surprises. There was some good things that happened.
Okay, so right now this is that show that I don't want to do. This is the first one I've ever done that I don't want to do.
Yeah, I wish
so
we
sad.
could skip over it.
Okay. Yeah, Nick is like just he's like reamed with fucking.
But we're doing
good
it for
energy.
y'all. We're doing it for y'all.
We
just
are.
know that.
Nick is doing it for himself right now.
I'm doing it for America.
I
can't believe you tax dodging patriots trying to shore up
America
your
showed
finances in not a country, a tax haven that is Ireland.
Honestly,
why is this is this a politics show? Is this an Irish?
I'm gonna accept this because America came and showed out in UFC 257.
Listen, America, we're the country that gave you Batman, all right? We invented prep time. We go home, we get the Game Shark, we look up the cheat codes, we practice, we put in the time, and while you're there drinking your proper 12 and doing your cocaine and eating your Arby's, we have the meats. Dustin Poirier is feverishly pumping iron like a madman, knowing that he cannot fail his country again.
Man, how good is Dustin Poirier? Like, seriously, this is, I mean, okay, so I've been betting with my heart, so I gotta say it's not super surprising, but Conor has never been finished. Like, we have never seen this happen.
Not
like a knockout, like a TKO.
He has never been outstruck in his life like that.
In the second round. Nonetheless, like the second round is Conor's thing.
It's the most definitive loss of his career.
It was his. I watched all the interviews, and it was the I mean, I knew. Not even before I watched the interviews. It's like during the fight, I knew that those leg kicks would pay off somehow in the later rounds, and it did in a big fucking way in the second.
In the words of Mark Goddard, it's over. It's over.
It's over.
It's over.
It's over.
It's over.
Oh man,
I think it's over for the Irishman. Do you see a path to the title for this guy?
And then we have.
Do you see it? Because I don't. I don't see a path.
You all counted Poirier out. I counted Poirier. You all had me getting. I wanted Poirier
because you already lost.
I was willing to take a bet, like amongst friends, like you know what I mean, like. I was like, hey, who's got Poirier on the underdog? And I'm so glad nobody took me up on this because I would have lost.
I'm so glad I didn't go through with it. I really was thinking. I was in the same mindset where I was like, "You're crazy if you don't put your money on Conor. You're crazy." But people who bet on Dustin won big.
Yeah,
I should have
huge.
I literally ran into somebody today. I went to a pool hall earlier or whatever.
I heard.
Yeah, there was a guy at the bar talking about it. And he's like, "Yeah, my buddy put like $200 on Poirier, and he ended up winning like $600 or some shit like that." Like that's a pretty good come up.
As the listeners of the show will know, I always bet on America. Every time, without hesitation.
It kind of works for you. That kind of keeps you even with us, you know, even as somebody that doesn't follow the fighters.
That literally puts you ahead on the two main cards.
Yeah.
The co-main and the main event.
Maybe you guys just don't, do you guys put your hand over your heart whenever you see the red, white, and blue? Like...
Yeah, we rooted for Chandler. We rooted for Chandler.
I didn't. I went for Hooker.
Yeah, well, I knew Chandler
I
would
bet,
win
I
this.
bet, well, I bet way too much with my heart. Like when I've been making predictions lately, I didn't used to do this, but I'm just
no,
like,
but Connor was definitely an upset. This was definitely like nobody saw that coming.
shouldn't we have known?
No, nobody saw that coming. Nobody saw a knockout
do you
coming from Dustin
think-
Poirier. The game plan was to take
Looking
him
back,
down.
we should have known.
Do
like
you
truly.
think Poirier has gotten that much better, or do you think we've seen peak Conor come
Okay.
and go?
You saw Max Holloway last weekend, and Poirier whooped Max Holloway. Okay, for the
Max,
interim,
because
like
Max is small. Max is a bit small.
Max
for
is
the
taller than
lightweight.
Poirier.
Yeah, but he's a bit skinny. That's what Dana White said after that fight.
I'm just
looked a
saying,
bit
we
small.
saw Max Holloway.
The shots that Max was landing was just not equivalent to the power.
I saw that.
Oh.
We saw Max Holloway show out as the best boxer in the UFC. Period. 10 pounds, whatever. I'm not even gonna think
He's
about
like
that.
number 6 for pound.
Yeah, and Dustin Poirier whooped him. We should have thought about that beforehand.
He went
Even though
up,
Conor
he
has
went
the win
up.
over Max, that was early in his career. Max has become a whole different animal, and Poirier is that good. And I haven't been giving him the credit he deserves.
No, you haven't.
And a lot of people have not been giving him the
You
credit
are
he deserves.
blinded
Dustin-
by the green in your blood.
Truly-
you were blinded
Truly blinded by just
by the Emerald Isle.
right, just by the homeland. You know what I mean? I'm trying to be a team player.
You were trying to be irie about
I
it.
love the country. I love Conor McGregor. I've always been a fan, but should have known. Like that is a good bet. Poirier is a solid bet. Now that I think about it, but I don't want to be a Monday morning quarterback and act like I knew what was going to happen, like Nick does over here. You know what I mean? Because you chose not to take your prediction, by the way, so you can't really
you can't
act
say
like
shit.
Wait, no, I thought I bet on Poirier.
No, you didn't. You didn't say.
You didn't
anything.
say.
You
Yeah.
I
say.
didn't. Oh,
You didn't say.
Oh, God.
So you can't really act like you knew what
So
was going to
yeah,
happen.
you can't act like you knew because you kind of.
I always know America's gonna
No.
With
okay.
these amber waves of grain,
That is true.
Purple
You
Mountain's
do always
Majesty?
bet on America.
When the match began, before I knew the outcome, did I not say new Biden administration 2021? Let's go. Conor doesn't stand a chance.
I don't remember that, but I would have appreciated the sentiment.
For me, it's like if you just look at what really happened, it's like Conor was just like had
I know what happened.
Dustin on the back pedal a little bit in that moment, and then somehow Dustin circled around, just changed the angle, turned it around.
There's no
and
somehow.
just cornered Conor into
Somehow
just
is
like a
skipping
weird-
over the game plan, which
And he
was
wasn't. And he wasn't even moving the same.
The calf kicks.
Yeah, the calf kicks were just.
That
and
was
he
the
said
game plan.
my leg was busted. He was on crutches after.
yeah.
And so this wasn't like, oh, you got lucky. This is like, if this went to the third
This
round,
is a
I would
good.
have beat you.
This
No,
is a
no,
good
no.
Went to
game
the
plan.
fourth
Yeah.
round, I would have beat you.
And in all fairness, this is why I like Conor, and this is why I can be a solid Conor McGregor fan, is that he's not a sore loser. He's never a sore loser. He always gives the guy credit. Whenever he loses, he's like, that's fair play.
Yeah,
always.
he
That is
actually
fair
gave
play.
him. Yeah, he actually told him it was.
That
good
is
game
fair
plan.
play. That is exactly what we. That's exactly what he's told every single opponent that he's lost to. Is that is fair play? I lost. That is. It is what it is. You know, it's really hard to be a fan of someone like TJ or some shit who's a fucking sore loser. You know, that just can't accept the fact.
I don't
want to
see-
like I won. Like you can't say that.
I don't want
man.
to see a grown man whine about like a loss or something like that.
Exactly,
You know what I mean?
and that makes it so much easier to
Yeah.
just still be a fan. Still be a fan of the former king.
he's done. He's done.
Yeah, he says he's gonna.
He's not the champ anymore?
He's done, bro.
He's not. I'm not the champ.
He hasn't been the champ since 2016.
So now
brother.
you have, you know who's really the contender for the championship? If Khabib is out, you have Michael Chandler and you have Charles Oliveira. This is what's happening.
and,
Yeah,
and Poirier in the mix.
Yeah,
This is what's happening. You said that like this
Poirier,
is our troubling state.
no,
of
Poirier
events.
is like basically the champ in my opinion. Like in my eyes, Poirier is the champ. He got the interim belt and he didn't ever technically lose it. Like, okay, yeah, he got beat by Khabib, but like he in order for him to beat Max Holloway, that was enough for me. I'm like, okay, he's the fucking champ. And I think he basically should have fought Conor this time for an interim belt. And to me, Poirier is the best lightweight there is, number one. Khabib's out, so he's number one.
But that just makes Khabib look so much fucking better now.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter.
It just makes it's like Khabib dealt with Poirier with ease.
Khabib's out, so it's no longer even a thing.
But this is Poirier 2.0, bro. This is a different Poirier.
It's not. No, it's not.
No, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's 100% different.
Okay,
Poirier.
maybe.
He beat the Poirier that lost to Conor.
Khabib would still be, no, he didn't.
No,
that
he
was way,
didn't.
that was so
that's
long
not
ago.
true.
Yeah.
No, that's not true. Khabib fought Dustin Poirier 2.0. He fought the new one, not the old one.
And he would still lose to him today. But Poirier right now is the best. That's not retired.
If you're excluding Khabib, if you're taking Khabib out of the equation, yes.
So many caveats, so many asterisks. I just want to know who's best.
Khabib.
Yeah.
Khabib is the best.
We all know that chin strap is never going down until his 30th match, which Chandler
You can't say an inactive fighter is the best.
Yeah.
He's not.
It's just the money, man.
He's not in the
brings
UFC.
in the most paper. Oh, Michael Chandler is what you're talking about?
No, Khabib is not in the UFC. He is not the best right now because he's not active.
No.
John Jones is the best.
No, it's been like only what? How long has it been since
was John
Khabib
Jones'
fought?
last
Like
fight?
4 months.
John Jones' last fight,
It was like
yeah,
5
probably,
months.
4 or 5 months ago.
4 or 5 months ago.
He defended his light heavyweight belt.
So
now
you
he's
can't-
moving
you-
up to
no, no,
heavyweight.
No. You can't say Khabib is inactive yet because it hasn't been that long since he's fought. It's been last year of what, October?
Is the time?
It's been since October since he's fought, so he's not technically.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, like, I'm giving you the scoop. Khabib's never gonna fight again. You heard it here first.
unless it's GSP. Unless it's GSP.
What are you talking about? That's done. That's done. That's been squashed.
He's not until me and you both know this, and it's until he's off USADA. It's until he's off the USADA pool
fair
chain
enough.
that it's done.
But
That's when it's officially done. He's still on the rankings. He's still champion. He still holds the belt. He hasn't vacated it yet officially.
I think this week we're gonna see Khabib
Get cut.
officially off. Yeah.
Cut.
Yeah.
That's fucked.
What's he gonna do? Fight Poirier again?
He's got to make it 30-0, man. He's got to fulfill his father's dreams.
No, dude.
Is it?
Go out on top.
I don't think he's going to fight Poirier again.
He did it right.
But if anything, he might think he deserves. Khabib might think Poirier does deserve the rematch, maybe.
30 is a
Because
tasty...
Khabib has never fought someone twice. He's never fought a fighter twice, which is honorable and noble and kind of a cool, like you said, a cool caveat.
It's like a mythos.
It's like a mythos.
You
It's
get
like
one shot.
It's like a ritual. You only get one shot with Khabib, and he's unbeatable. He's never lost.
He's like Sephiroth at the end of Kingdom Hearts or something.
He's not human. He's like the Meruem of
where it's
of
like
the UFC.
No, it's like you don't get 2 chances at becoming king.
It doesn't matter how great you are. You will not fight the way you fight in the gym. It will not be the way you fight in your best fight in your career. It'll be Khabib's fight, and it will always be Khabib's fight, no matter who the fuck it is. Whether it's Khabib, Poirier, Gaethje. Honestly, I thought Gaethje was a kind of a ridiculous matchup for Khabib. I don't know who thought in their right mind would think that Justin had a chance. In my opinion,
You're talking about a Division I All-American wrestler.
he didn't. What we saw that night answered a lot of questions. He was nowhere near.
Yeah.
He was
No,
nowhere
I get
near
it,
the
but I'm
caliber
saying, like,
he should have been to be.
But you
in there
could
with
see how
Khabib.
people would think,
No,
right?
man, he's not sharp. He's not sharp enough. Khabib had a harder time with Conor than he had with Justin, dude. It was, like that's like the one like hot take I agree with Conor is like that it was like a little bit embarrassing on Justin Gaethje's part. He was saying like, oh, he can't take me down. Like this is the undefeated guy. What's the one guy that could beat Gaethje? What's the one guy that could beat Khabib? And it's like Gaethje.
A lot of people have beat Gaethje.
I know.
Nobody
beat Gaethje.
Nobody's figured out how to get through Khabib's game. Nobody's figured it out.
Yeah, Khabib is a...
I think Ali Aquinta turned the key, but he couldn't.
That was interesting.
I think he turned the key, but that's about it. And who was that other guy? One more. There was another guy that was...
They went 5 rounds with him?
Sartorius or some shit like that. Like his name, I forgot his name. God damn it. But there was another person that Khabib had a lot of trouble taking down. but he was still winning on the stand-up end of things. That's what happened in the Ally Quinta fight with Khabib, was that, Khabib had a lot of trouble taking him down, and also, but he won the fight through the stand-up game. He was just good enough boxing with Ally Quinta that he could win the fight.
Khabib's stand-up is underrated. I mean, I always told people that, like.
Well, and
Everyone says
Khabib
it's weird and
McGregor,
awkward.
I don't know. I would have said he outstruck McGregor in Khabib v. McGregor.
No, that's not true. The numbers don't say that. But he did get him with the huge strike.
He got a super sweet overhand right, and that was like one of the prettiest shots
wrestler's favorite. He got him with the wrestler's favorite punch.
I just remember thinking Khabib v. McGregor was going to be just all grappling, and there was more stand-up than I expected in that fight. And I remember thinking, well, I would have thought Khabib stand-up, McGregor would have walked away with it. But I remember thinking
McGregor's defense is great, but in the first 3 rounds especially, it's great. You know what I mean? But he gets tired.
The thing with the Khabib fight was that, Nick was describing how this is the Conor for Dustin Poirier too. Like the Conor that showed up was the Conor that's drinking whiskey and doing cocaine. And it's like, no, that's not that was the Conor for the Khabib fight. That was the coked out, weirdo, like drunk,
top of the world Conor.
Yeah, drunk Conor. That's not top of the world. That was rock bottom.
That was
Conor.
the typical.
I mean, he thinks he's on
stereotypical
top
Irishman
of the world.
Conor.
That was stereotypical,
that was. Yeah.
I'm falling, my life's turning into an endless spiral of chaos. I'm the most popular athlete, and my life's spiraling out of control. That's like that's the classic trope. Is what you saw, where he's just like at the press conference, it's just like woo,
I
He's
enjoyed
just
that.
Bender in human form.
Yeah.
He's woo.
That is rock bottom
Dude.
Conor, and that was the Conor that showed up for Khabib, and that was the worst Conor that we.
That's such a good metaphor. He kind of is Bender.
Yeah,
It's like
in that for that fight,
he's like
for
no
that
filter,
fight.
just
For that
hey
fight.
I'm gonna
guys,
eat nachos on the toilet.
hey, I'm crazy. Look at me.
And it was like, what the fuck are you doing, man? And I'm glad
He's doing what he feels, and that's why people love him. You know what I mean?
So Poirier and Conor are both the same age. They're both 32, right? So there's not like it's not like, oh, you caught Conor in his twilight in years or something. They're both on equal footing. They've both been in the game like
I
the
think
same
this
length
is
of time,
Conor's
right?
twilight years, dude.
Yeah, this is past his prime, probably. You think?
Or
maybe
you think we've seen the best,
or maybe he still has a season.
well,
left in him.
I mean, you can't. There's nothing he could do to reclaim the fact that we've seen his best.
I am literally counting him out. I think we've seen his best. I think Jose Aldo, Eddie Alvarez was the greatest Conor we ever saw.
Yeah, I do think that this is like,
You're sunsetting your boy.
My main dude.
I don't think he'll ever be the same after this one. This is the first time we've seen him get knocked out that badly too. It wasn't even like a controversy. It wasn't even like, oh, he could have got up from there. It was like
it wasn't close.
It was a knockout. It was he dropped. He dropped to the ground. I never seen Conor drop to the ground after.
I've never seen him. I've never seen Conor unintelligently defending himself.
Yeah, well, it was his legs, man. His front leg. He couldn't put weight on it, so his movement was compromised, and he just felt too. And I did feel like he was a little too comfortable just sitting in the pocket with Dustin Poirier like that. So you just can't sit. You can't.
He's a hard puncher, and I was a little worried about that.
You can't be in range for Dustin Poirier's hooks.
Yeah.
Like you just can't do. That's his thing. That's the one answer for a counter striker is just like hooks. Just staying in the pocket. Conor is an outside fighter. He bounces in and out. That's what that's what the karate style is all about. Is in and out, in and out, in and out. They're outside fighters, whereas Poirier is an inside fighter. He's in the pocket all the time.
His boxing defense was top notch. Best I've ever seen him do in this fight.
He did get hit though. Poirier did get dominated in the first round.
No, but his boxing defense was still top notch. Like,
good
you know what I mean?
movement.
Like, even though Cowboy knows how to defend, he was still getting just stuck with shots.
My one hunch with this fight is like Conor just forgot to be a little more versatile in this one. I didn't see as many kicks. He usually throws way more kicks, way more volume, more. He goes way more upstairs, downstairs. He's way more versatile.
He was getting hit with those leg kicks early.
Yeah,
so
and I'm surprised.
Took away his mobility.
I thought he would have more experience from the Nate Diaz.
He did
fight.
check him. He did check him.
But he was still. I would have switched stances. I don't know, man.
He checked him, but it hurt so bad. I'm telling you, this is like a new thing.
But the thing about Conor McGregor, I didn't see like a crazy spinning heel kick from the start of the fight. I didn't see a flying knee.
Because he couldn't put weight on the front leg.
No, but even in the first round, there was no type of head kick, leg kick, body kick. It was just he was just playing the boxing. He was just kind of playing it safe. Whereas like the Cerrone fight or even the Khabib fight, you see a flying knee. You see something unpredictable and crazy and unexpected. That it's like, but then again,
you saw shoulder strikes, you saw a few head kicks like thrown,
but not, it's just he's usually a lot more versatile.
He didn't go body. He was headhunting.
Yeah, he was headhunting, and
I agree.
He wasn't playing much of a game, a mental game, a chess game, more or less, with the striking game. In my opinion, it was just kind of, I'm just gonna hit it. I'm just gonna jab, hit him with the straight. He's gonna get hit with the straight, and he's gonna drop. It's kind of, I think that's what Conor was banking on a little too much in the first round, and that's what happened in the second. Is Poirier had the answer.
It's wild, man. It's straight up wild. I mean, I'm talking. We had a frenzy over here watching this fight. It was an absolute. It sounded like a bunch of animals that just got released out of captivity. Like, I don't even know the noises we were making. It was just that unexpected, you know what I mean?
So you think like 5 losses is the limit for this man?
Who?
Conor.
I think Conor Mania is over.
Yeah.
Like, he can still be. He's probably still good.
It's good for the UFC because they don't have to pay him a lot on his new contract.
Yeah, let's not even get it. Or should we get into the payouts of this stuff? Because that was criminal to me. I was tearing my hair out.
Always
so
criminal.
Okay, so I don't like talking about like what other people make because I feel like that's kind of intrusive and weird. But at the same time, I do want to complain about how much Dustin Poirier got paid to come out.
Listen, man, when Joe Rogan got bought out by Spotify for $100 million, it was easy for every podcaster to say, this is bad for podcasting. Like, this is bad for the industry. This is like, that's so much money for so much control. It just sends like bad ripples throughout how everyone thinks about
Joe Rogan, who is arguably like the Conor McGregor of podcasting, if you want to put it that way. And so you have Conor over here making $6 million to lose in a fight. And that's just base pay. That's not counting the pay-per-view buys and all that shit he's going to make on top, which is going to be probably 20, 30 million.
And if money is power, which everything in my life has taught me it is, that's a lot of power to be given to like one. That's a lot of celebriality to be given.
Especially to lose. And Dustin Poirier comes out with $1 million purse.
It's even more criminal.
To win.
You want to know how much Cerrone got paid?
Yeah, probably like $250,000.
Yeah, $250,000.
Oh my!
$250,000 is what Cerrone made in his last fight.
Because Cerrone's a real fighter.
But I can get that, but it's
he
like
lost, but still, Conor still made like what, like 2.5.
He made the same. He made the same $6 million because it's in his contract, win or lose, because he's got good managers and blah blah blah. But I'm saying the UFC should just take care of people that take care of them.
It looks bad that to me from an outsider. It looks bad on the UFC, who I'm sure has maybe not billions of dollars, but like $2 billion or something.
The UFC?
Yeah.
They have many billions. Many billions. Yeah.
For you to be, I don't know if I'd say Poirier is their most valuable fighter, but he's got value.
Their most valuable fighter is Khabib because he's still on the roster.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I don't know.
I just happen to know Khabib's contract is the biggest one.
If Dana White lost $1 million tomorrow, an extra $1 million, he wouldn't even notice.
Right.
You know, and it's insane.
He could lose $1 million in the couch and just not worry about it.
It's like disrespectful to his fighters. To me, to see him making this crazy Carnival Barker money and him like breaking off a pittance for Dustin Poirier. Can you imagine if like Tom Cruise got? Can you imagine if like a Michael McConaughey movie came out that was so good that they were like, well, Tom Cruise's career is done?
What's Michael McConaughey? Matthew?
Who's Michael McConaughey?
Hey, man. Hey, guys. This is Matthew McConaughey.
I'm Michael
man.
McConaughey.
I'm Matthew's shit brother, Michael.
Hey, guys. I'm so cool. I can't even talk like a normal person, y'all.
I was driving a Lincoln before they were paying me
I
to
did.
drive a Lincoln.
Before Lincolns were made, dude. I ain't even about that.
I was driving a Lincoln before he freed the slaves.
Hey, man. Yeah, Matthew McConaughey is too cool for me.
But yeah, it's the thing.
Yeah, I like Michael McConaughey.
Ah! Michael Chandler McConaughey.
Yo, all right, are we moving on now? Finally.
Yeah, we should.
Probably should.
I don't like talking about this. I don't ever want to talk about
I was not
this
looking forward to talking about
again.
this bullshit.
I'm gonna talk about this every day forever. I've been tweeting.
I'm glad.
Connor.
Yeah.
on
You've been DMing.
the last note, I hope Connor just fucking comes out stronger than ever. I hope.
That'd be
Can
great.
he possibly even have a? What would he have to do to have a comeback?
I
from
see
this?
no path.
Fight. He has to fight Gaethje. Yeah.
He'll lose.
He'll no. That's stupid. He will never lose to Gaethje.
Gaethje would beat him.
No shot. Gaethje's not nearly as sharp.
Okay,
as Conor.
Sean, listen. Connor just lost because of what? What was the main weapon? Leg kicks. Justin Gaethje is the fucking...
You don't think Connor's gonna go back to his camp and
Justin
have an answer
Gaethje
for this?
is the fucking master of leg kicks,
But
especially
it didn't
calf
work-
kicks.
But it didn't work on
Justin
It didn't
Gaethje-
work on Khabib, and Khabib finished him faster. than he
Gaethje
did
basically
McGregor.
invented calf kick shit.
And it didn't work on Khabib. It didn't work on the champion.
Khabib doesn't need... He doesn't need that mobility.
Yes, he does.
He's
a
just going to
wrestler.
take you down.
He's a wrestler. He needs the mobility.
Gaethje would finish Connor every time.
No shot.
Every time.
He's too wild.
It hurts to say.
He's not accurate. No, he's not accurate enough. There's no way. He's too sloppy.
Gaethje finishes
Are
Connor.
you serious? Dude?
9 times
he
out of
lasted
10.
long. Connor lasted longer with Khabib, and Gaethje couldn't last like 2 rounds with him. He lasted twice as long.
He's
with
a bad
Khabib than he
matchup
is.
for Connor.
No, he's a terrible matchup for Connor. He's
He
the
is.
worst matchup for Connor.
That's what I'm saying.
No, I'm saying like he like the other way around. I'm saying that's a bad matchup for Justin.
Oh, well, okay.
It's
we'll
a
see.
really bad
We'll see
matchup
because
for
the fight
Justin.
might eventually happen. So we're
I
gonna.
hope.
I hope it's a really terrible.
Connor's
matchup.
back in the mix now. You know, he's not on the pedestal anymore.
Yeah, he's like top 10 now instead of top 5
Yeah.
always. Yeah.
He was top 5 for years, and he only fought twice.
Yeah.
For 3 years. So yeah, Connor is a cheese. He's a poster boy. I'm sorry to say, but
Come on.
I don't think he has a shot with. I don't think Justin has a shot at beating.
So, do you
McGregor.
think if Israel beats Blachowicz, if Israel beats Polish Power, do you think he becomes most valuable man in the UFC?
No.
No,
'Cause
He has
John
to
Jones
he
is
has
still
to
here.
beat John Jones.
Yeah.
Then he'll become the most powerful. And
John-
Yeah, the money is the power.
yeah.
John
Yeah,
Jones
you're
is
right.
really the GOAT in this whole situation and overlooked.
And
by
I
some.
know John Jones just has such an air of like not illegitimacy because I know he'd like snap my neck, but like I don't know. He feels like a cheater. He feels like
He's had the history of it, but at the same
he's
time,
just, yeah.
at the same time, it's like, okay, everybody's a human. It's like, okay, so back in the day when the UFC and you were allowed to do steroids, it's like, okay, maybe he just had a period where you had to,
His story's not as clean as Israel or Khabib's. Israel and Khabib have like squeaky clean stories.
That's the only reason why the greatest of all time like thing is questionable with John Jones. Otherwise, he would just be it.
No, I don't think it's questionable. I think Khabib is the best of all time. I think John Jones lost rounds. John Jones lost plenty of rounds. He's
Dude,
lost
look at
more
who-
rounds than I count. Than I
look
have
at-
fingers.
look
Than I
at-
have fingers. Khabib has lost maybe 1 or 2 rounds.
But
in
look
his
at who
whole
John
career.
Jones has fought. It is
Look at who
different.
Khabib has fought. It's the equivalent in the lightweight division. He's fought Edson Barboza.
Okay.
Okay.
He just got knocked the fuck out.
It's Edson Barboza.
Edson Barboza just got knocked out.
He's the greatest kicker in the fucking entire UFC other than Steven Thompson.
He's lost like 7 times in the UFC.
He's fought the greatest. He's fought Conor McGregor. He's fought Justin Gaethje. He's fought Dustin Poirier. He's fought. The list goes on and on and on and on and on, dude. He's fought fucking Michael Johnson.
It doesn't go on as much as John Jones.
You're right.
I'm standing tall on John. I just think
he's lost
his
rounds.
resume.
John Jones has lost rounds.
I know, but
he's lost plenty of rounds, and arguably he's lost against Dominic Reyes.
As I said, John Jones has the title, but it's not.
He's like, would you say he's lost against Dominic?
He lost probably 3 rounds against Dominic.
He's lost against Dominic.
He basically
Khabib
lost the
has
fight.
never arguably lost a fight. There's no fight where it's like, oh, maybe Khabib lost. No, there's no such thing. Khabib is like consecutively and decisively won every fight without losing like a round or 2. Most fights he wins all 3 or 5 rounds.
But his most impressive wins were the last 3 or 4. That's just my opinion. Otherwise, everything else was kind of like a...
And also, John Jones is slowing down, too.
We both know that.
We'll see.
We both know that. We both know John Jones hasn't looked the same since, like, maybe what? Like, Cormier? Cormier 2? Cormier 2 is the last time we saw.
One of us knows John Jones is about to be the new heavyweight champ. One of us might think otherwise, so we'll see what happens.
We'll see. We have to see.
Yeah.
We'll have to see. Oh, that's scary. Yeah. I hope Israel wins against Jan. That would be insane. That would be absolutely just...
Izzy and Jan? Dude, that fight is going to be fucking
scary.
Awesome.
Scary. Very
What
scary.
if it's like a 45-second round?
It probably will be.
Yeah. It's fireworks. That fight says fireworks.
I'm thinking first round finish.
I love it. Oh. I love this fight.
I hate this thing you're doing.
But no, I think it's going to be a first round finish, 100%. Oh, man. You have that.
100%. Okay.
Do you believe in Polish? Do you believe in Polish
power?
Polish
legendary Polish power.
Legendary. Lost.
You have that. You got that title fight coming up. You have
Ngannou versus.
You have Ngannou Miocic 2. You have Amanda Nunes.
Miocic, I can take him.
Usman versus Burns.
I
could take him.
Overeem versus Volkov.
I got that.
Barber versus Grasso.
This is all in 1 month, right? This is all in March.
Yeah. Well, Usman versus Burns is next month.
Oh, it's happening. It's happening. Oh God.
Hey, don't say what is this?
Oh man.
What are you doing right now?
I'm just pointing out that we're watching Poirier take. Oh, there he is. There's Conor going down.
Yeah,
that is fair play. That is all fair play. That is a knockout. That is.
Oh God, Conor looks like he doesn't know where he is.
Yeah, we got the pay-per-view going on in the background here. It's just so we can. Oh man, it's just so we can kind of see and relive our misery.
Could you get that controller right there?
Yeah, I'll get it.
Conor's never looked more scared in his life in that instant to me. But I mean,
that it's unprecedented. I never seen it before.
So
but I want to move on. Yes, I want to move on to Dustin Poirier Chandler versus Hooker. Now you bet. Now tell the audience who you bet on.
What are you talking about? So okay, I put my faith in Dan Hooker. The reason being is because Michael Chandler just lost to Patricio Pitbull. So now this begs the question. When I was talking about the questions being answered, okay, how fucking good is Patricio Pitbull, who just smashed Michael Chandler? And then Michael Chandler comes into the UFC and beats a top 5 competitor. So now I'm looking at Patricio Pitbull out there in Bellator, and I'm like, wait a minute. This dude could just come in and smash like any of my favorite fighters, a Conor, a fucking Khabib. Like, how good is Patricio?
Like you said, this answered many questions.
That's what I'm saying.
It doesn't matter. Like, Bellator. This says that this clearly says that athletes from Bellator can compete with athletes that have been
and not just Bellator,
not just
Bellator, but any promotion. It's like they're just because they're not in the UFC doesn't mean they are not top level elite fucking MMA fighters. They can just smash anybody in any given day.
And this fight was just so beautiful, just like the way Chandler just like. He
fought like he does every fight.
Just bounces around the octagon. and he just like
Hooker
it's
didn't
just
stand
it's
a
just
chance.
clearly just wrestler style, just jab overhand, and
He's
it's just the same combination, just like jab to the body, overhand to the body, just
as
body
soon,
shots,
as soon
body
as I
shots
saw
over
Dan
and
Hooker
again.
on his heels, I'm thinking this is bad news because that's what Michael Chandler wants. As a wrestler, you have somebody on your heels, you always have an opportunity to get a
There's
takedown.
they're helping you with the drive. Wrestling is all about momentum and drive.
You get an opportunity every moment for a takedown.
It's not about weight. It's not about none of that. It's all about momentum and drive. And if you're helping the momentum go the same direction as your opponent, it's bad news. You're basically falling into the game, getting lulled into the strategy that Chandler is trying to impose on his opponent.
I mean, this dude, man, he
just chases him.
He's
body
really
shot. He doesn't go for the head. Not even once for the first minute or so. So Hooker, he just somehow lulls Hooker into not worrying about headshots whatsoever. But he lands. He just keeps landing.
He's got that belly button targeting.
Yeah, he just keeps landing the body, and then like as soon as he starts going upstairs, it's like it's just not looking. And Hooker is not throwing anything. Hooker hasn't barely thrown anything. He's maybe thrown like a jab or two.
Hooker was so what I saw is Hooker in a feeling out process.
Yeah.
And Chandler was not having the feeling out process.
No, he was going straight.
He basically came into the fight in the same mindset that he came to the UFC. I'm not here for a long time. I'm here for a good time.
Mai Tai in hand.
This is his shtick, if you want to call it that, but it's working.
And great head movement too by Chandler.
Chandler's good, man.
Chandler's so good.
But how good is Patricio?
Maybe Patricio got lucky, and this is the shot that just fucking is beautiful. It's so beautiful. I thought Hooker was for sure gonna get up from this, but no, it was just too big of a shot. It was a giant shot.
Chandler hits the backflip,
and then you get a giant backflip.
Chandler hits that sick with a Q.
Chandler just like makes out with Hooker's girl in the middle of the fucking octagon.
He makes out with Hooker's hooker, and then everybody's like, "Oh, good job, buddy."
Then he shoves her back on a plane back to New Zealand. He's like, get back to your shithole country.
So New Zealand has this weird thing to where you have to be in quarantine for like a month.
Yeah.
So Hooker now
2 weeks in, 2 weeks out.
Yeah, now Hooker has to be in
the US,
Abu Dhabi for like 2 months basically altogether.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And then he has to stay in New Zealand in his own home for like 2 weeks.
And there's no alcohol.
I think that's
in
the same.
Abu Dhabi.
I think that's the same situation with a lot of other countries like Japan and stuff.
There's no weed, no alcohol. You're in a
Like,
dry Muslim country.
What would you do?
If I come back from Japan right now, I have to stay inside this house for like 2 weeks.
Oh yeah?
No.
Who's going to stop you?
I don't know. That's what it says on the rules.
If you go to Taiwan, they basically get a hotel room for you, and you have to stay 2 weeks in there.
No, but I'm saying in America, who's going to stop you?
Yeah, this is Florida, bro. DeSantis doesn't care.
Yeah, we're a different
Can
country.
I get to work? Can I go to work?
You can like fucking crawl to work.
You can go to a strip club in Florida as long as you wear a mask.
You don't have to do. You don't have to do anything constructive.
As long as you leave the mask on during the lap dance, you can go to you can do whatever here.
Man, big upset. Let's move on, guys.
I'm glad. I'm
let's
happy this happened.
yeah. I'm so happy for Michael Chandler.
I knew Chandler. I had faith in the U.S. of A.
This
is where I went.
I didn't make a prediction on it, but you know what I did? I did make a prediction, and that gives me more balls. So let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go next fight. Jessica I
versus Calderwood. I think you.
JoJo.
No, JoJo
JoJo came through for me. I appreciate that, Joe. She really put a whooping on her. Like she kind of lost the first round. Okay.
Yeah.
We all saw that. Lost the first round. Blah blah blah.
Back.
Yeah, came back.
Came back in the second, and it was kind of even on the first round, or his third round. It's kind of.
JoJo still took it. She still took. There was like a small takedown in the third round that I saw. It was like kind of nothing because she didn't do anything with it. But JoJo was landing the more significant strikes in the entire fight, and it was kind of even in the first round. But I could see Jessica I taking it for sure. But yeah, so I was pretty happy about that. JoJo showed out. That's the only American I think that lost. To be honest with you, was Jessica I.
No, Andrew Sanchez lost as well in the next bout.
He's Americana.
I believe.
I guess he's got a mullet, so he he must be from America.
So
He's either Canadian or American. That's where mullets come from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Has there ever been a fighter with like a Dutch boy, like the Dutch boy haircut?
What is that?
Like it's like a longer bowl cut that comes down to like your chin.
Well, like the Beatles and stuff.
Yeah, like a Dutch boy. That'd be so fun.
Yeah, he's American.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, he got smashed by Muradov. Yeah, that was a sick fight too. I mean, I like see. I don't.
It sucks to fight someone whose name ends with a V.
I don't know why this like fight was so high up on the card
There's a lot of
though.
those.
We were talking about it on the last show. It's like because that fight really didn't mean anything. Nobody was ranked or anything like that.
Yeah, this card was underwhelming for. Well, I guess Hooker and Chandler made up for it, but it was a little like when I saw the list, I was like,
I mean, but we paid whatever it was for this pay per view. I would have appreciated, just like a little bit more star quality.
Yeah, Leon Edwards and Cosmo, man.
That'd been real sweet. Yeah, if they could pull that off. Yeah.
Or fucking Max Holloway, Gator, man. That would have been the perfect.
They needed that last Saturday. They needed Max Holloway to show out on ABC, on television. You know what I mean? Because that was more entertaining than the Conor McGregor fight, if you ask me.
I mean, all the big fights.
No, you gotta top. No, with Conor McGregor cards, you gotta top things like Robbie Lawler versus fucking McDonald, man. You have to top cards like that.
How you gonna top that?
You could have topped it if you put Max Holloway.
Max Holloway Cater topped it, but I'm saying like Conor did not.
Connor did not.
No.
But I'm just saying, it's like that's the caliber of excitement you have to bring on a Conor.
But
McGregor
dude, Rory and
Lawler?
Robbie, yeah, that shit was crazy.
No, that is legendary. That
was
will
one of
go
the
down in
bloodiest
history.
fights of all time.
That is up there with Whaley versus Joanna.
Yeah.
That's up there with Figueiredo and Moreno, and
it was
the
just
list goes on
it was
and
a
on.
savage blood fest. I love that one.
I was expecting. We already talked about Conor McGregor versus Poirier, but that's what I was expecting. It's more of a war than like a finish, you know.
It was like two dads making an agreement. Like, all right, let's just go back to our kids.
It was weird.
Let's just get home safe.
Literally like Chandler literally said it in the press conference. He's like, "This is
one of the baddest men on the planet,
card
one of the most daddest men on the planet."
It was like he said the word daddest. He definitely said daddest for sure.
Chandler came out to kill somebody, and between the main fight and the co-main, Chandler is the one that came out to kill somebody.
Yeah, he made up for the whole thing. I'm glad
he made a statement.
That USA had its day.
America, dude, new administration, new 2021 hot start.
It's a great year.
It's not 2020 anymore. The election's over.
Hey, Michael Chandler is going to be the new cocksucker of defense or whatever it is.
And then we got, our girl Ribas versus Rodriguez, and I put, and in all fairness, I put my money on Ribas too. I thought Ribas was.
It's Ribas because we're talking in Portuguese. But yeah, Amanda Ribas is such a fucking awesome, just good for the sport, good for like women that want to come up and learn MMA and shit like that. She has such a great personality. It's like Amanda Ribas has the it just rubs off on you. It's like when Conor,
charisma.
Charisma. That's the word I'm looking for. Yeah. She just has that. You know what I mean? It's hard to find in a lot of these guys because most of them are so serious and they're just about, okay, I just want to smash this dude's face and blah, blah, blah. Amanda Ribas has the whole package, and I want her to succeed, but she got outboxed, and I was surprised, to be honest with you.
I was surprised, too.
Yeah.
Didn't see that coming. But, and then we got, like, some of the prelim fights. Armin versus Frevola.
I'm really, okay. So much props to Armand for stepping in. And by the way, Armand was supposed to fight Nasrat, who I went like full blown in on, because Nasrat is so dangerous. Something happened with Nasrat. I don't know if it was a like a COVID related.
Got cut.
No, he didn't get cut.
I know. I'm just joking. That would have been.
Somebody did get cut though, but we're not going to talk about that because there's enough fucking MMA news stations talking about all that shit. We're going to talk about the real shit. But no, Nasrat should have fought, and if Nasrat did fight, man, oh my god, that would have been so much better. Because I really like seeing this guy fight. Above everybody else except for the co-main and the main event, Nasrat was the fight I was looking forward to the most. Because he is so exciting. And you guys will see. The next card you see him, that you see him on, you'll see what I'm talking about. He's going to smash somebody, 100% guaranteed. But anyways, Matt Frevola, he came out, he fought real hard. Didn't he lose this decision or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lost the decision against Armin. Honestly, it was pretty. I thought it was pretty close.
Frevola was like well trained. He was ready to go. He was ready to smash. But sometimes when you face a totally different style fighter than what you have intended to face for months and months than you've been training for, that'll throw you off. And that goes for both fighters in the situation too.
No. And then we have our next bout, which I kind of shot a blind eye on. My boy Tavares came through.
Yeah, good on him, man. You know, I always regret betting against a Hawaiian fighter. I don't know what it is, but every time I do that, I end up being wrong. I need to stop. So I'm thinking like Hawaii, America. I got to get more patriotic up in this bitch.
They don't fuck around, man.
Yeah.
They don't fuck around. Honestly, I was just more familiar with Tavares' game. I'm not too familiar with Carlos Jr., so that's just what I went with.
Yeah,
and I went to a decision, and it was a.
I just know Tavares has been on a skid, so I'm like thinking, okay, maybe this could continue. But the MMA math doesn't always work out in that way.
Random.
Yeah,
it's very random. You got to go with your gut sometimes.
Sarah McMahon took a loss against Juliana Pena, and McMahon looked really good starting out. Like the first round, she was smashing this girl, and I'm like, all right, sweet, you know what I mean? I look like I know what I'm talking about, but nope. Like just. This is how great the MMA is. You never fucking know. Like you never fucking know.
Yeah, don't try to add it up.
Yeah.
Like with this, exactly with the main event, you know. Conor beat him before. Conor has beat everybody he's beaten. It's like, you know, it doesn't add up. It does add up,
but I don't want to stew on that too much. It does add up, doesn't it? Like let's not bet with our heart in the future. How about this?
My heart resides in the U.S. of A.
Damn it. Your heart resides with USA, tattoos that are not bad, and what's the other?
Haircuts?
Haircuts, yeah.
Yes. Well, it's not just the haircut.
Yes.
It's the philosophy of how that person ended up at that haircut. That's what's important.
How do we get here? How do we get to this hairstyle?
So you think if Conor kept like a man bun, he would have won this?
No, because he was still going to be snorting coke.
Yeah, he wasn't.
He was in my eyes.
Well, hey, he's clean now. He's a father. Come on now.
In my eyes, Conor ate a McChicken right before the match.
No, okay. Conor's all BK.
That's even worse because he's sponsored by BK.
Burger King.
This pack's a real kick.
Probably is it. It's probably it.
He ate a bunch of McChickens.
Burger King only.
He's like, this is a fucking burger. This is a Whopper. What are you talking about?
This is a proper chicken sandwich.
I've been eating proper
12. I only eat Burger King chicken sandwiches, and I only drink Guinness, and I only eat Lucky Charms in the morning.
I only eat Bollocks.
How could I have lost off a Burger King in proper 12? How could I have lost?
He has stock. Conor has stock in all those stereotypical Irish things.
I only eat the finest. The finest burgers, yeah. Burger King is the finest.
From the makers of the Impossible Burger, we got the Impossible Loss.
And then we got Khalil and Rountree.
Man, you know, I thought Khalil was going to come through, man. This guy's super talented, and I hope, I think he's going to get cut from the UFC because this is his third loss in a row, and I hope that doesn't happen. But fuck, man, I just was really hoping he was going to come through. He's back to light heavyweight. He's been going back and forth. Khalil has been in heavyweight, light heavyweight, middleweight, and then back to light heavyweight. And I don't know if he's like trying to find his place, but this dude is super talented. He has a good fight IQ, but he just keeps
Going
getting
up and down.
Yeah, he could that. Not only that, but he's getting put against killers. Like, you know what I mean? Every single time.
Yeah.
And I don't want to give him an excuse, but man, this guy can really knock somebody the fuck out. I've seen it happen so many times. Like, I go back with Khalil because I remember his first few fights in the UFC.
He's kind of like a different version of Joaquin Buckley in my eyes.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, but better, more. He has
Better,
more.
really. I think Joaquin is the better one.
Yeah, no. If they fought each other, it's over. If Joaquin went up to 205, by the way, it would be over for him because he's too short. But I'm just saying, Khalil has also fought middleweight. So if they
never know, man. D-Ron is the shortest human being in the UFC, and he still pulls.
he's getting wins, man. I do like Duran win, but
I'm glad I put my money on him. Anyways, we got Nick Lentz versus Avloev.
Did I take Nick Lentz? No, I didn't make a prediction on this.
I didn't either. But I don't know. It's I'm not too familiar with Movzar. If I did go with a prediction, it would have been Nick Lentz, I think, and that would have.
Well, you can't say that now.
He was getting pieced up, you know. It is pointless to start. I think that Nick Lentz would have won this.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
That's my prediction of this fight that just happened.
Our post-fight predictions.
That's autistic.
You know,
Post-fight predictions.
you know who the biggest winner this weekend was? I'm gonna say Dana White.
Why? Oh, because he doesn't have to pay?
The streamers, he got them.
Yeah, he fucked us.
He got them.
He fucked us. He got us. Well, actually, no, he really got us because we found a stream. We actually found a stream that Dana did not get.
I don't love streaming fights. Like I will pay for them if I have to, but I'm just saying, like,
nah, fuck them. I buy merch from them. I buy merch from the UFC. That should be enough.
I paid my dues.
I'm not
I do enough.
pay $80. I lost more than $80.
But as your regular fan, it's like, okay, like, come on, don't like treat us like criminals. Like, we're not rich over here. Some people have to stream it, like, and we understand that. You know what I mean? It just sometimes it happens.
It's the music industry all over again. It's Metallica thinking like, if you hear Enter Sandman in a car that's driving by, you owe them some kind of money.
So this is Napster all over again, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like, Dana White, man, like, you haven't learned that the kids that are streaming this are going to become, when they get money, they're going to become real UFC fans.
We already are. If we're already going through the struggle and the effort to look for these things for free, we're fans. You're a fan.
Yeah.
You're if anything, if you're just like paying for the pay-per-view, I mean, now I feel guilt. No, you should. I'm conflicted now. Because I want UFC to make a lot of money.
Growing a heart.
I want the UFC to make a lot of money, and I want
your
UFC
money.
fighters to make a lot of money. I want MMA to do way better than it does with other sports like football.
I want Dustin Poirier to get paid more than $1 million to win
I do
against
want
Conor
more
McGregor.
pay-per-views. I do want the UFC to have more pay-per-views. I take it back.
To quote Steven Seagal here, when I'm paying you an entire year's worth of a Netflix subscription to use an app that can't rewind, this is horse shit. This is horseshit. The UFC has money. The UFC has money. There's no I want the UFC to have money. They got that money.
You know,
they might not have NFL or NBA money, but they got more than like hockey money, I'm sure.
You know,
and hockey's been around for like decades.
As a casual fan, that's a hot take, but a very good take because I fucking agree 100%. Like the interface on the UFC Plus or the ESPN Plus app is absolute shit.
It is
It's garbage.
I didn't know such a dog shit app could exist in 2021. Like, I thought that when Android apps went from being written in Java to Kotlin, I was like, this can't happen anymore. I feel like I'm using an app from 2012 whenever I'm using the UFC app.
Yeah, like, should I download a different driver or something? Is something not working? Like, what the fuck?
And
But-
so for them to be treating us like criminals when they can't get their end of the bargain together, which is I give you money, you show me thing. Like if I go to a movie theater, it's not like I gave you $13 and then I didn't see Lord of the Rings. I've paid money for a fight that I didn't see.
It's still better than
You didn't see
HBO.
correctly, yeah.
I didn't see it until
Yeah.
several hours later.
It's still better than HBO Max.
Oh, yeah, of course.
They got to be getting their shit. All these people got to get their shit straight.
HBO Max is partly owned by 50 Cent. I'm pretty sure they're not making the
bad.
best
It's
decisions
really bad on
in the
content.
business world, bro. But
But a Netflix subscription, $8 a month, 10, 12 months out of the year, you're talking 96 months or $96 for a year of content. I paid $80 for one night of bad streaming.
Yeah.
Fucked up. And
It was
Dana
rough.
White has the money to fix it. He's just lazy.
100%. Fuck you.
Fuck them.
Fuck you.
fuck you. You fucking
piece of
Yappa's bollocks.
Conor McGregor's got like, what, $250 million in like literal cash?
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically.
Like $250 million?
Probably more than that.
Net worth, yeah.
I don't know these people's shit. I would steal a car from Connor's house
I would.
and feel nothing. Nothing at all.
He probably wouldn't mind either.
So
You probably wouldn't even know ever.
right?
Probably wouldn't even notice if one of his Rolls Royces were missing.
Not going to do that, though. Let's not incriminate ourselves.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, if you're pirating this stuff, don't let millionaires make you feel guilty for a second. For even a fleeting second.
Fucking...
Don't you dare ever let a man who drives a Ferrari make you feel guilty over anything you've done.
No. At the end of the day, stealing this shit does affect the fighter. To the core. It does. It affects the
As a
pay.
musician, okay, as a once professional paid musician, I can understand. But at the same time, there are just people everywhere, not just in this country, that cannot buy that shit.
Like in
but they
people in
want to see
Brazil.
it.
It's an
Like
all or
people-
nothing.
Yeah.
It's
Have you
either-
seen what they do in Brazil? They literally like project the whole like one person pays for it and then like it's just like an arena of people
There you
just
go.
watching it on like a projector screen and
That
it's
should
like,
be-
and it's like in some random favela in the
That should
middle
be
of Brazil.
100% allowed. Like, dude, fuck
Yeah,
off.
like fuck charging restaurants
Yeah.
like $5,000, local
You're lucky they
businesses
paid
fine.
the 80.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
It's like I wish my coach could play this shit at his
Yeah.
gym, man.
I'm saying you paying money for this doesn't help the guys at your local
Listen,
gym take
listen,
off.
listen though. My coach brings you people like Tony. My coach brings you people like Kelvin. All right? It's not just any fucking gym here, all right?
But it doesn't affect
on,
him.
Dana.
It doesn't affect him to stream. Your coach should be given the stream for free.
Exactly, because we bring the product. We produce it. We produce people like Tony Ferguson. We produce people like
If you- if
Kelvin.
you were
This
to-
is like
if
Jim's
you were to
not
relate it-
wanting you to bring a friend.
if you're related to streamer, it'd be like support a creator. You know what I mean? Like, those people should be rewarded for what they do for the sport.
They're
Right.
giving millions.
Exactly the way like Andrew Yang says it, where GDP doesn't account for mothers taking care of their kids. It doesn't account for the amount of effort that parents put into parenthood and solidifying the American economy for the future. It's kind of like that where
Do you think Dana has doubly screwed the pooch here in that we've now, like, Conor is the UFC's like darling. He is
Still is.
He's
Still
all
is.
eyes on him, and now it's like, well,
he's bigger than John Jones. Still.
you think the next pay-per-view is gonna be, if faced with the option of paying for it or just, if they really lock it down, you can either pay for it or not watch it. And we're witnessing the sunsetting of UFC's Golden Boy. Do you think Dana White's playing with fire of like the next pay-per-view event might just be like half the viewership? Because that happened.
They're absolutely not going to tank.
No.
No, but that happened to football
Nick,
and basketball over the last year.
There will always be another guy. There will always be another McGregor that will rise.
It's not-
up
it's
and
not just-
elevate the sport to a whole nother level. Conor is not the last superstar.
It's not only
boy.
that. So ever since they signed to ESPN, it is the fastest growing sport on ESPN. And if you know which sports are on ESPN, it's all of them. so MMA is the fastest growing sport in the country right now.
But that's because football and basketball are literally and baseball are literally shrinking.
They're not frozen. They're still doing their thing.
They're shrinking though. Football and basketball shrank.
And boxing.
But you know how much money is involved in those?
There's way more money involved in those.
That's what I'm saying.
Those athletes get paid way more.
And MMA is the fastest growing. I'm talking about 10 times the next.
But it may not just be as big as football or baseball.
Not yet.
Or any of those. Not yet. Not yet.
I wouldn't be surprised if maybe not basketball, but I wouldn't be surprised if we witnessed peak football a few years ago, and it's going to take us a while to realize it. I wouldn't be surprised if after
I think peak football is over personally because of all the new rules, regulations, and all how the passing game has just become what football is about. I don't even want to get into it. It pisses me off so much because this is what America did to fucking to soccer. I want to call it football because in England it's footy. You know what I mean? But this is what America did to fucking soccer. We fucking boot it down the field. We hope for a miracle. We hope some fast guy goes and catches up with the ball and makes a goal. And this is what we fucking did with fucking football. We just want to chuck it down the field as far as we fucking can. We want to call pass interferences so that we can just get it by the goal line so we can score more points and we can get more commercials and we can get more sponsors and all that bullshit. It pisses me off to no end. But that's the end of my rant on that. That's all I'm saying. But it fucking started with American football.
Well, yeah, dude.
American soccer. I don't want to say football. American soccer.
I don't know if we've witnessed peak football. I feel comfortable in saying Gretzky was peak hockey. I don't know if we're going to get past Gretzky holding up the Stanley Cup. Everyone, woo! They put him on the Canadian dollar bill. I think we witnessed peak hockey, and I think that football players aren't letting their kids play football. They're like, nah, play basketball. I don't want you getting brain damage.
Yeah, we witnessed peak football.
Yeah,
for sure.
I think peak MMA is years off. No, I think we're like 15, 20 years away.
Because it's so new.
Maybe even 30, 40, dude. Even.
Yeah, it's so new compared to all the other shit.
It's this century. It's the beginning of the century for UFC.
And it's exciting. It's exciting, guys.
Boxing has existed for a century, and now it's dying out.
Yeah.
You know, so who knows how long mixed martial arts is going to be, because boxing is just boxing. Mixed MMA is all martial arts mixed together. So this could potentially be
complete.
A 200-year, 300-year sport, even not even just like a century sport. You know?
I agree. And I'm more than willing to be.
This is all aspects of fighting. This is fighting in its purest form, at its core. That's why I think this sport is so fucking great. This is why it's my favorite sport. It's because it's so primitive. You know, well, not primitive, but like primitive in an intelligent way.
It's primal.
Primal, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why I love this sport so fucking much.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I love it over football, over soccer, because it's not about the team, it's about the individual. It's about the human mind, you know.
I'm just proud to be in the heart of it when you know what I mean, so this is when the UFC is make or break. Like, you know what I mean? We thought back in the day in about 2010 UFC was make or break when the Fertittas had bought it out or sold it out and all that shit. But this is it. Like, this is the big time. Like, this is a real sport. This is the next NFL. This is the next NBA. And we're in the middle of it.
It's official.
And I'm fucking stoked. Like, this big shit is going to keep happening. There's going to be no shortage of absolutely amazing fights. Yeah.
It's going to be evolving constantly. And there's even legislators, there's even lawmakers that are backing this sport, backing these athletes to be paid more, to be looked as a real sport, you know.
Yeah, well, you have athletic.
Looked at,
every state athletic commissions are trained to actually know about this stuff, which is pretty cool. You know what I mean?
Like, the goal is, like, the reason why people like, Gordon Ryan or Gary Tonin don't want to get into MMA too much is because they want, their own martial arts to be considered like wrestling, something that you could go to college for, something that you could, just
everybody has that. Everybody has that selfish. I want jiu-jitsu to be seen as 10th Planet style, or I want jiu-jitsu to be seen as Gracie style.
No,
or
not
I want,
styles.
I'm just saying, like, no, everybody has their own selfish plan for mixed martial arts, but I'm telling you, mixed martial arts, the greatest thing about it is so similar to the country that we live in. And it's like it's a melting pot of all things. MMA is a melting pot of every fighting style. Muay Thai, jiu-jitsu, judo, fucking Brazilian jiu-jitsu, Japanese jiu-jitsu.
Capoeiro.
Yeah, fucking, it's the greatest thing ever made. Just like America is the goddamn greatest country ever made, 'cause you're American, motherfucker. But anyway.
Salat. It's got Salat in there.
Yeah.
It's got Dermak. It's got
and it's like, and it's like
you got Steven Seagal. You got fucking
Hapkido.
you got Rex Kwon Do.
Wait, is Hapkido a real?
We already looked this up, but that's
Rex
the
Kwon
dream.
Do is real.
But
you guys know.
But that's the dream, is to have jiu-jitsu be considered as like an Olympic sport. It should be considered as a professional sport, not a hobby.
We're here. We are here. We are
not
here.
Yet. I can't go
We're at the forefront.
My kid right now cannot go to a high school and have his elective be jiu-jitsu. It's not like
but
that.
he
It's
can
not
go
the
to his
same
high
as
school and he can be known.
But he cannot go to college off of jiu-jitsu.
But he can be
wrestling.
known as the jiu-jitsu master. And that's fucking good enough for me, dude. People know jiu-jitsu. Like, average people know what that means.
I'm just saying there's goals for all these sports. There's goals, there's
but this is the first step, bro.
Reached yet.
This is the first fucking step. And we're in the forefront. That's the important thing. The forefront, the beginning. The beginning of the next fucking, what do they call it in the Bible? The Genesis? Isn't that what it is? Yeah. This is the genesis of mixed martial arts.
But what's the rapture?
I don't know, when robots start fucking choking people out, I guess. I don't know. But when AI comes into mixed martial arts.
Yeah,
but
when Monster Energy goes bankrupt.
But no, man, it's great. So
I love this sport.
Yeah. We're going to fucking wrap it up, guys. I've had enough. You guys good? All right.
Yeah, that's it.
This has been another episode of Fair Fight Podcast. Thank you guys so much for fucking tuning in. Thank you for listening. If you do on the regular basis, we got a new YouTube channel coming up. If you're watching on that, we really appreciate it. We see you guys. Yeah. We see some views, and it's awesome. So keep doing it and subscribe, all that shit.
Smash the bell.
Smash. So yeah.
Like Connor got smashed.
Or don't.
Yeah.
Just stay true to yourself. You can even dislike if you want. Give us some feedback, any kind of feedback.
Comments, whatever.
Say racist stuff in the comments. So
no. All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. See you next time. See you next week.